Moving to Australia doesn't start when you land. It starts months beforehand, usually with somebody saying, "You do know everything over there wants to kill you, don't you?" From that moment on, the internet becomes determined to convince you that Australia is less of a country and more of a giant survival game. Every video features a spider the size of a dinner plate, snakes appearing in toilets, sharks circling beaches, and people calmly explaining that this is all perfectly normal. By the time your flight takes off, you're half expecting passport control to issue you with sunscreen, a first aid kit, and emergency snake training. The first few days are spent looking for danger everywhere. Every stick is obviously a snake. Every shadow is definitely a spider. You refuse to sit on park benches without checking underneath them first, and every bush seems suspiciously alive. Meanwhile, Australians are casually walking barefoot through parks, completely unbothered, while you're inspecting your shoes like a bomb disposal expert before putting them on. Then you notice something even stranger. Everyone seems to own a barbecue. It doesn't matter if it's Tuesday afternoon, Christmas Day, or somebody's birthday. At some point, there will be sausages. Somebody will say, "Throw another one on," and half the neighborhood will mysteriously appear. You slowly realize Australians don't need a reason to barbecue. The barbecue is the reason. After a week or two, another mystery appears. The mullets. They're everywhere. Young people have them. Older people have them. Tradespeople have them. Students have them. You begin wondering whether it's compulsory at birth. Eventually, you'd stop noticing them entirely, which is probably the first sign you're adapting. You also become obsessed with spotting wildlife. Every walk feels like you're on safari. You stop every few minutes because somebody whispers they've seen a koala. 50 tourists immediately point cameras into the same tree, while an Australian walks straight past without even looking up. The first kangaroo you see feels magical. By the 10th one, you're wondering if they're causing traffic somewhere. Then comes the sport. You thought football was football. Apparently not. Now there are several different footballs, all with different shaped balls, different rules, and completely different fans insisting theirs is the obvious choice. You nod politely while secretly trying to remember which sport uses an oval ball, which one has enormous goalposts, and which one seems to involve tackling people with no concern for personal safety. Somewhere along the way, you catch yourself checking the AFL scores and suddenly realize you're developing opinions. The weather takes a little longer to understand. Your brain refuses to accept that Christmas happens in summer. Seeing inflatable Santas wearing sunglasses while people eat lunch outdoors feels like somebody accidentally flipped the calendar upside down. You video call family back home, wrapped in jumpers, while you're trying not to get sunburnt before breakfast. July somehow becomes the month where everyone starts complaining about how cold 15 degrees is. And before long, you're agreeing with them. The wildlife slowly stops feeling terrifying too. The giant spiders become not that big. The lizards become normal neighbors. You learn which animals genuinely deserve respect and which ones are simply guilty of having an excellent public relations department. Eventually, you're the one calmly telling new arrivals, "Honestly, you'll probably never see a snake." Then one day you realize something has changed. A tourist jumps because they think they've seen something dangerous. You glance over. It's just a possum. You hear somebody complaining that 20 degrees is freezing. You nod. Without realizing it, you've crossed over. Australia no longer feels like somewhere you're visiting. It simply feels normal. The beaches stop up feeling like holiday destinations and start feeling like somewhere to go after work. You find yourself discussing the weather, recommending cafes, explaining the rules of cricket with surprising confidence, and casually saying things like, it's only a couple of hours away, about somewhere that would require an entire day's journey back home. Looking back, you laugh at how you were before you arrived. You expected deadly animals around every corner, impossible heat, and a country that felt completely foreign. You still instinctively check your shoes every now and then. Old habits die hard. Different hemisphere, same main character.